Dave Palumbo here with Muscle Serpents University. And guys, we have eggs on the ground. We're in the midst of the breeding season, and of course, finally, we're getting some ball python clutches. I think I'm up to 4 or 5 clutches right now. I want to show you 2 really cool clutches that just landed with some genes I'm really excited about. So guys, stay tuned, and we're going to see some great ball python stuff. All right, I just came into my snake room I was cleaning, and I see a clutch of eggs. I don't know how big they are. They look pretty small, these eggs. This is a double head Hypo pied, ghost pied, a lot of people call it. The funny thing about this clutch, which is my second clutch of the year, is that this female, seriously, I'm being honest with you, is the worst eater of all time. You know, she is just a terrible, terrible eater. I know she's big, but she's, you know, she's not a young snake. She's, you know, she's got some age on her. She's got like 5 years old. She eats like a small mouse every once in a while. Maybe she might go a month or 2 where she eats, and then the rest of the year she won't eat. I never thought that this snake would lay. I was like, I don't even know why I'm even putting a male in with her. But that's just goes to show you that, you know, females have enough mass and enough age on them, and they feel that they can produce eggs viably, and they do it. You know, we can't make these things happen. Sometimes, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray, as we say. You know, you can have a female that's perfect, she's up to size, she eats like a maniac, and then she doesn't lay anything. So we're going to try to get her out. Right now I have my, I think you guys have seen, oh, there she, oh, those are big eggs. Actually, I was wrong. She was just really covered them pretty well. And that's a nice clutch. That looks like we got about 3, 6, about 8 eggs in there, maybe more. I prepare my egg container a little differently than other people. I've showed this before in other videos. I get these big sponges you use to just like clean things. You can get them at Home Depot. Cut them in half. I'll show you. Cut them in half. I lay them down. I fill this with enough water to saturate the sponge. I get one of these diffusers you see like on a fluorescent thing at school, fluorescent light. And I cut them down to size so they fit the egg container. I label my clutch here. Clutch number 2, Hypo pied, crossed with het Hypo pied. Yes, the male was a Hypo pied, so hopefully we'll produce a bunch of Hypo pieds in here. If we can get a couple of them out, that would be nice. And I'll put my eggs in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this marker pen. I'm going to mark the top of the egg so I don't turn those eggs at all. But I got to get that female out of there first. And since I'm filming myself, I'll probably have to stop the filming, or I probably will get bit. Maybe not, but we'll see. And I'm going to put all the eggs in here, which I will show you once they're all lined up. We'll put some saran wrap, some very easy saran wrap. I'll stretch it over the top, keep it airtight, and I will seal this. Some people vent eggs, you know, some people don't. I'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's see if I can get these eggs out of there, and I'll come back. I got the female off the eggs, and I thought she was going to be a little bitey, but she wasn't. I washed her up, and I'm moving her up to a separate tub. This is my technique, because you can never clean this tub good enough to get that egg smell off of it. So I put them in a clean tub, fresh water, different water bowl, and I'll leave her in here, and I'll probably in a couple days when I get my feeder mice in on Wednesday. This is Saturday night now. I'll try to feed her. So there's no smell in here whatsoever, so she should be good. Now what we have to do is we have to get these eggs out of here. So what I do is I take a pen, a marker, and I mark each egg so I know what the top is of the egg. So if I turn them, I don't have to try to go back and watch the video and see what the orientation was supposed to be. So, and now I'm going to take them out. Usually I take them out in one big clump, one big thing. If they're stuck together, I leave them together. I don't try to pull them apart. I know some people pull them apart and separate them because they're a little neurotic. I don't do it. You know what? It doesn't need to be. If they're stacked too high, I would do that. But with my, you know, I don't think that it's worth risking them ripping or something like that. I know that they tend to be pretty pliable and pretty leathery, but I don't like to risk it. So let me stop here. I'm going to put this into the egg box, and then I'm going to show you where my incubator is. All right, I'm over here at my hot box incubator from Chris at Serpents, and he makes the best incubators. I love this incubator. It's got a light inside. It's got plenty of room. And it's so easy. It's got a thermostat. It comes with everything. It's pretty easy. So I got this is the clutch I just put in here. As you can see, I got the saran wrap on top. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beautiful eggs. We're gonna put them right next to my first clutch that I had here. We're gonna close up the incubator. Now, what I normally do, I have to just get a new battery for this. I usually try to put a separate temperature measure and probe into all my egg boxes. So that in addition to this, thermostat on the whole incubator, each egg box has its own thermostat as well. So if for some reason the temperature goes up in there, especially as it gets closer to hatching, the heat production increases inside the box because these snakes are respirating and breathing more inside the egg. You can see that. Usually it doesn't fluctuate, but it's always good to have backup. Close this thing up. We'll lock it up in a second, and that's going to stay there for another 58 60 days whenever these guys decide to hatch. I used to cut eggs a little early, way early, for 54 days, 52 days, 56 days. Now I just wait. Once one of them pips, then I'll probably cut the rest open. But I usually wait now until one of them decides they're going to come out. If it goes more than 60 days, that's a different story. I haven't had that happen yet. Guys, this is a very anticipated clutch. I just wanted to tell you about it. This is my Hurricane Morph, which comes from Hans Winter in Germany. The wacky, I call it the bodybuilder posing pattern. Hurricane Enchi Lesser Yellow Belly Pos Het Pied, 50% Pos Het Pied. This could potentially be a very good litter if these eggs make it all the way. I don't want to jinx myself, but I didn't know if she'd go. But I saw a lot of breeding. I bred her to a, let me think I get this right, Banana Enchi, Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Pied from Ozzy. So visual pied. If she proves out to be, pied, this girl, or het pied, I should say, who knows what we're going to produce here. So this is exciting. I'm going to have to get her off these eggs in a minute, and we'll see how many there are. We'll come back. All right, it looks like we have 6 beautiful eggs there. Hopefully they'll all be good. They look good. I'm going to mark them so I know which ones are at the top. That's important. So if you roll them by accident, you're not going to screw it up. Although I've heard that these ball python eggs can be rolled and it's not going to kill the embryos in there, but who knows. Theoretically, the air pocket is at the top of the egg now, and it's settled there, and that's where the air exchange is occurring through the egg membrane. So you don't want to, if you roll it, theoretically, the embryo is not set up right and it won't exchange air properly. But I don't know, some eggs are more susceptible to that than others. I heard the ball pythons are really not, it's not that terrible if they get rolled, but who the hell wants to take a risk? Not with this clutch. So let's set it up in the egg box, and I'll show you that in a minute. We got the eggs in the egg box, the nice 6 beauties. I got my sponges on the bottom with water in them. I have my little diffuser crate above it. Eggs are sitting on top of that, so they're not touching the water. We got plenty of moisture in there. I got my saran wrap on top, and I'm going to seal these things up. And we're going to go put them in our Serpents incubator. Thank you, Chris Nettles. I think I need another one because we're going to have a lot of clutches this year. So that's this pretty sick clutch we got. If I could even remember all the morphs in there, it is crazy. Hurricane Lesser Enchi, Yellow Belly Pos Het Pied female, bred to a Banana, Orange Dream Enchi, Yellow Belly Pied male, and let's see what we get. Stay tuned. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed all the ball python eggs that I'm putting down on the ground now, and I got maybe a little information on how I set up my egg boxes and such. And hopefully the next time I am able to talk to you guys in another 2 months, you'll be able to see some great babies from these clutches, and I'm super excited. There's a lot more to come this season. I'm actually having to call Chris Nettles and get another incubator because I'm running out of room. That's a good problem to have. Dave Palumbo here with Muscle Serpents University. If you haven't hit subscribe, please click subscribe and show me the love and like the video, and we'll be back next week.